Let's go, Jake Paul. Let's go, Jake Paul. I'm only messing. I'm joking around. I want Tyson to spark Jake Paul's lights out. Although I don't think it's going to be that simple, guys. Right, so Mike Tyson and Jake Paul have just had a face-to-face. And I'm really intrigued to watch this. I haven't watched it yet. I've saved this for a live reaction for this video. So enough about me. No one cares about me. Let's watch and see if there's any mind games getting played. We know that Jake Paul likes to troll a little bit. We know that Mike Tyson got an erection when he seen Jake Paul dance on the Disney Channel.
Gentlemen, how you doing? Good to see you.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Look, to maintain order, we're gonna allow you guys 45 seconds to answer my question. The opponent has 45 seconds to respond.
This is like a presidential debate.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right.
When I'm here, it's important.
Hopefully it's not 2v1 like Trump had to do it.
Nah, we good. You guys ready?
Go.
All right, let's get it. We're gonna start with you, Mike. Why'd you agree to take this fight with Jake Paul?
I believe this is going to be great for boxing. I believe I'm going to win.
Jake, why'd you agree to take the fight with Mike?
Man, he's a legend, you know. This is the guy. This is one of the two most famous boxers to ever live, him and Muhammad Ali. This is a dream come true for me. I am inspired by Mike, his story, you know, what he's persevered through. And to be able to fight him and to share the ring with such a legend is a special moment for me, and it's historic. And the fact that we did it with Netflix, it's the biggest fight of the century, and that's what I love to do. Make history, have fun, and go to war.
Well, to add on top of, what does it mean for boxing?
Everything, man. You know, this all came from an ayahuasca ceremony. When I saw this happening, I saw the butterfly effect of every kid going into the gym the next day wanting to be like me or Mike. 700 million people watching on Netflix. Wow. And the impact this will have on the sport is unfathomable, and it's untangible, quite frankly.
Okay, Mike, so what does it mean to be fighting Jake Paul? And same question to you, what does this mean for boxing?
It means absolutely nothing.
To be honest, boxing's never seen nothing like this in the history of boxing. Since it began 250 years ago, it's never seen anything like this, and probably never will.
Maybe for all the wrong reasons, though. We're getting a 58-year-old boxing legend who's way past his prime and injured to God knows what extent, fighting a young, hungry lion. Many people don't think this is a good thing. Some think it's a net good for boxing because it's bringing more eyes to boxing. It definitely brings more money to boxing. All of Jake Paul's fans, whether the kids or not, a lot of them probably will get into boxing due to Jake Paul.
Let me ask you this. What does it say about Mike Tyson if he knocks out a 27-year-old Jake Paul?
Mike just knocked somebody else out again. You know, this is going to be big. It's just, it's not like it's just some 27-year-old. It's Jake Paul.
Jake, same question to you. What does it mean if you knock out a 58-year-old Mike Tyson?
Yeah, when it happens, it's going to be a little bittersweet because I have love for him. But at the current moment, we're meant to go to war. He's trying to take the food off my plate. I'm trying to take the food off of his plate. And that's what warriors do.
Also, I'll just interject. I hate that saying when fighters say he's trying to take the food off me plate. Listen, even if you lose, you're getting a few million. Food doesn't cost a few million. Where the hell are you shopping at? You need $10 million for some potatoes and chicken.
I've dreamt this, manifested it, and it'll be the start of, you know, what has been a 12-year career for me in entertainment and acting and working and all the things I've done now into boxing. This is finally my moment and my time to shine. And I'm going to show the world who the fuck I am because everyone's doubted me. Everyone's had something to say. Nothing was ever given to me. I've had to work for it all. Suppressed by everyone, kicked off of YouTube, kicked off of platforms, canceled 5 times, and here I am.
When was Jake Paul cancelled? I'm definitely not aware of that. He says kicked off YouTube. He's still on YouTube? Someone make it make sense for me.
You said when it does happen.
Yeah.
So you're going to knock Mike out?
It's already written.
Okay. You heard that shit?
Clearly.
Just making sure. I like that confidence right there.
This is the baddest man on the planet. Heavyweight. Look, I mean, just look at the fucking guy sitting here right now.
Right.
He's an animal. He posts Instagram pictures and I get a little scared because of how good he looks. But I have to step up to this level and show people that I can accomplish the impossible. And that's what the story of Jake Paul is all about.
And to be fair, Mike Tyson does look really good right now. We actually covered some of his training footage in one of our last videos. If you missed that, I'll pop it up here. I do think Jake Paul should be scared, but I do think that fear is going to drive him to train as hard as possible. Jake Paul's looked pretty decent in every next subsequent fight that he's had. His skills are definitely getting better. You bet your ass that he is training his ass off for this fight more than he ever has done, just because of the gravity of the situation for Jake Paul. He's going up against Mike Tyson.
A lot of people going to point to your fight with Kevin McBride and say that that's when your skills basically dissipated 20 years ago.
My life has changed since then, and I decided to fight Roy Jones, and that was successful, and now we're fighting.
So people shouldn't even bring that shit up no more?
No, they should bring it up. Okay. They should see the difference from there to now. Me at my worst to me at the biggest event in the history of events right now. There's never been any bigger than this. So what they have to say about that?
The only thing, though, the Kevin McBride fight and then even the Roy Jones Jr. fight, it's hard to even really figure out how much he's improved since then, because we're only seeing these small little couple-second clips of Mike Tyson spar and hit the pads. So we're not going to really know how good Mike Tyson is and if he has improved since that Roy Jones fight and the McBride fight until he steps in the ring.
That's what critics do. They sit on their couches, they sit in their homes, and they have so many things to say because they're unhappy with their lives themselves. Rip people apart like me and Mike, who are actually going and fucking doing something.
I'm happy with my life, Jake. Why are you hating on me like that? I can still sit here in my house and have something to say and be happy with my life. Damn, I feel personally attacked. No, I actually agree with Jake, what he's saying there. Some people have got a lot to say. That's why, guys, if you listen to any of my videos, I always try and make arguments for both fighters. Sometimes the title, the thumbnail, the first few seconds, yeah, it might seem like I'm favouring one person. Like this video might be called Jake Paul playing mind games with Mike Tyson, going to KO Mike Tyson. But then when you actually listen to the video, I break it down to, yeah, that's a plausible outcome, but then there's also this outcome over here. That's just the YouTube game, guys. There's years and years worth of analytics showing that you guys don't click on the boring videos. You need a little bit of sensationalism or negative news. Negative news travels faster. So I get what Jake's saying. He probably does feel like he's criticised and people have got stuff to say. But ultimately, that's what the audience wants. I would probably get a lot more views if I just sat here and slated Jake Paul, but I actually side with him and say I think he's going to do all right in this fight. Maybe to my own detriment. Maybe I need to start saying F Jake Paul. Fuck Jake Paul. Fuck Jake Paul.
How do you rate him?
Hey, listen, he's been successful in all those pro fights except one, and that's why we're fighting.
It's been 4 years in professional boxing. And in terms of what I've done in those 4 years and the amount I've learned is more than any pro boxer. So just in terms of how much I've learned and grown, I'm the fastest growing and learning boxer in the sport. And that's what I rate myself off of. If you calculate how good I got from year 1 to year 4, no one else has made that progress. So really, to me, that's the most important thing to focus on. And I have big plans, and I'm continuing to, again, do the impossible and show people what I'm capable of. And they chalk up what I've done to the fights being rigged. Still, when he posts on his Instagram looking like a killer, hitting the shit out of the mitts, the top 5 comments are, if Jake wins this fight, it's completely rigged. And that used to bother me.
Right.
That used to bother me because I was like, no, I'm working so hard. Can't you fucking people see? But now I take it as a compliment because the human peon brain of the 99% can't even comprehend
Can't even get it.
how good I've gotten and what I'm accomplishing in this world.
Lad, Jake Paul is spitting facts there. I actually agree with him. All these absolute low IQ dummies who say this fight is going to be rigged. All of Jake Paul's fights are rigged. No, not rigged at all. But let's just circle back to what Jake Paul said then about how much progress he's made in years 1 to 4. No other professional boxer has done that. Well, that's a wild statement in itself, but let's just take it at face value. The opponents who Jake Paul has been fighting are non-boxers. They're all wrestlers, kickboxers, MMA fighters. He fought one professional boxer in Tommy Fury, lost that fight, and then he fought 2 other professional boxers who were past the prime, older, semi-retired or on a losing streak, and okay, got those 2 wins. So talking about this extreme rate of progression, I don't think he would have had that extreme rate of progression if he was actually just fighting boxers from day one. So I agree with him about the numbnuts on Instagram who say this fight's rigged if Jake wins. And a quick point on that, by you saying that, you're saying that Mike Tyson has got no integrity and that he would take a dive and sell his soul for a quick buck. And if you genuinely think that, then hey, whatever, you're entitled to your opinion, but I'm also entitled to my opinion, and my opinion is you're dumb.
They telling me you're talking too long. There's not no Trump shit. They trying to give me the...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I knew this was gonna happen.
See, don't...
Hey, we got all the time in the world. We can make edits. What's your name?
Joe.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. Thank you.
Control, do your thing. He over there. Don't harass me no more, Joe, nigga. That wasn't on me.
Shut up, Joe. Let them talk.
People cannot deny your activity. This is your 3rd fight this year. You had 3 fights last year, 6 fights in the last 2 years. Where boxers are fighting once every 2 or 3 years. Does that make you better as a boxer, the activity?
Yeah, 100%. And I have to stay active. I have to stay working towards my goal of becoming a world champion. So there needs to be 3 fights a year for me at least. And that's how I get better, is under the bright lights and performing when there's adrenaline and nerves.
Gotcha.
I've always been in the gym training. I'm boxing professional fighters. I'm just, activity is great. I had 15 fights in 1 year when I was younger. And I think activity is great, but I'm prepared. I'm just ready to go.
Does a loss to Jake Paul damage your legacy?
I don't look at my life as a legacy. Legacy to me means ego. Who the fuck cares about my legacy? I'm gonna be dead soon one day. But he's not gonna win.
What do you say about your legacy if you end up beating Mike Tyson, and not just beating Mike Tyson, knocking Mike Tyson out?
Obviously, it would be the biggest moment in all of boxing history on Friday night when I put this man to sleep. So that is pretty dope.
He dreams a lot.
A lot of dreams.
I knew it. They all come true.
I mean, this is not going to come true, young man.
Hey, man, I respect your opinion, but it's just my time. The universe know it, the gods know it, I know it, and you're going to know it. Plain and simple.
Okay, for next week, we'll see.
We will. That's the beauty of boxing, is the truth comes out, and by golly, do I love the truth.
See Mike Tyson's face then? He looks scary. He's got that glimmer in his eye, but he's almost got like those dead eyes, that 1,000-yard stare. You see what I mean? He just looks ready to take Jake Paul's soul.
Are you concerned if Mike hits you flush on the chin, this shit could be fucked up?
Yeah, yes, indeed. I have to be alert. This is a scary, scary man. He's a killer and has all the power still clearly in all the videos, all the sparring that he's showing, dropping his sparring partners. My mom is messaging, she can't even watch Tyson punch. She won't watch it because it scares her.
I'm noticing Jake isn't holding too much eye contact with Mike. He's looking at the interviewer a lot, he's looking away, and then when he does look at Mike Tyson, it's just these small little glances that he's doing. And I'm not saying that's weakness whatsoever, because it's Mike Tyson who he's looking at. If you've grew up idolising someone and watching all the fights, next thing you're fighting them, and you know that they're a scary human being, there is going to be that significant intimidation factor. And I'm sure Jake's the first one to tell you, yeah, I am intimidated, but at the same time, he's probably using that to fuel his training. But just take note of how little Jake looks at Mike, and even when he does, it's only short-lived.
He has one of the deadliest uppercuts of all time, so of course I have to be ready and know that he's going to have some moments in there, and I'm going to have to persevere.
Now, Mike called you a manufactured killer. How you respond to that?
Yeah.
I would say the deadliest weapon in the world is manufactured. That's a nuke.
I like that. I like that.
Answer.
I like that, man.
And I think it's scarier to be a peaceful man waving Disney Channel wands around and then to choose to kill.
I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. The argument is a true killer is someone who can hold a baby and slit her throat in the same day. Jake can turn on and off the killer mentality, which takes a lot of power and emotional control. This is the argument that he's making, by the way. I'm not saying that Jake is that. This is just what he's trying to get across. Mike Tyson, nothing to say, just silent.
Now, Mike, look, you criticize Jake's skills. What does that say about you if you lose?
Well, I'm not going to lose. So I can't even fathom losing. I can't even imagine it. He's not going to win. I think he thinks this is going to be a very easy night. It's not going to be an easy night.
I don't think that. I think it's going to be a war of ages. the fans are the ones who win out of this, but I know you, I know your soul on a deeper level, and I know myself, and I know you're not gonna fucking quit, and neither am I. You could rip my head off, I can go down to the canvas, you can fuck me up, I could be bleeding from everywhere, and I'm not gonna stop. And I know that's the same for you. That's the beauty of this, is I don't think it's gonna be easy. I know it's gonna be hard.
Hey, I know we got a lot of Jake Paul haters on the channel, but what he's saying there is kind of cold. Jake Paul accepts it's going to be a tough fight. He said, I'm ready to go to war. I could be bleeding from every hole, every orifice, and I'm still going to come at you. I do believe the only way this fight gets stopped is that you've got to KO someone cold, but it's got to be like a bad referee stoppage. Because, of course, Mike Tyson isn't going to want to lose to Jake Paul, so he's going to do his damn hardest to win this fight. Goes without saying, of course. It's just, can Mike Tyson's body and brain hold up and actually sustain those shots, or will he have good enough head movement to the point where he's just too elusive and Jake Paul can't even hit him? Now that'd be a good thing to see.
First of all, no one else can do this but me. Okay. I believe. And like you said, this is the greatest boxing match in the history of boxing, and it's because I'm a part of it.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, man. And this is the do-si-do in Texas, the biggest fight. And I do think a dance requires two people, but that's the magic in this, is that we're, this yin and yang that is creating this massive fucking disruption and storm and massive fight. 2024, November 15th, the gods and the universe aligned us to do something magical. And it takes the both of us, but he's had a longer, illustrious career, and I believe by the end of my career, I will reign as the GOAT of this sport.
I do think Jake Paul's got better, but when he says stuff like that, I'm going to reign supreme and be at the top of this sport, it is a bit mad, it's a bit wild. Hey, maybe he can, maybe he can.
Now, a lot of people are saying that the Taylor Serrano fight should be the main event. Part one was a fucking amazing battle. What do you have to say to that?
It is this is, there's two main events. How do you choose which one to put before each other? They're massive. I'm more excited to watch that than I am excited to take his punches. But
at the end of the day, this is about pay-per-view numbers. Amanda Serrano ain't selling shit. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going to make this a good pay-per-view event. People are just saying that because they're implying that Amanda Serrano is the real boxer. Jake Paul is not, therefore Amanda should be the main event. Well, what about Mike Tyson? Of course, Mike Tyson should be the main event. Once again, absolute dummies.
Katie Taylor. I think we do the trilogy at Croke Park. I'll get Donald Trump to come in. He loves doing big fights since Eddie Hearn hasn't been able to get anything done over there. He's too busy trying to be in Katie Taylor's corner for the fight. Can you believe that? I mean, the clout chasing on this guy is fucking insane.
Jake Paul firing shots at Eddie Hearn there.
Why does Mike Tyson win this fight?
Because I'm Mike Tyson.
Why does Jake Paul win this fight?
Because I'm Jake Paul. No. Man. This is just, it's my time. The gods have showed this to me. I'm going to be faster, stronger, and more elusive. He's not going to know where I'm coming from. And
great imagination.
I'm truly going to show the world that I outboxed Mike Tyson. And that's fucking wild to say.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I got you a gift.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
I got you a gift, Mike.
You want a pigeon?
This is a pigeon from Southeast Asia. Very expensive.
No way.
But I wanted you to have this.
Thank you, Jake.
How do you feel about that?
Huh?
You like Mike loves pigeons. What do you feel about that?
It looks like a low budget pedigree.
You pay thousands of dollars for that.
This is an expensive pigeon.
Oh, that's hilarious. Mike Tyson said it looks like a low budget pedigree. Jake Paul looked so disappointed. He was like, yeah, we paid thousands of dollars for that.
Mike, did you see his Instagram today?
Well, what?
He asked you guys face to face, and he's kissing you in the mouth in several pictures. Does stuff like that aggravate you?
I have that effect on people. I have that effect on people.
Okay.
Right, here it is. Let's turn the music off. Oh, no. That's mad, that. What the... Oh my days. People saying, bro, you're dead in that ring. Dead emoji! Unsee it button. WTF button. Wait, are you gay? Right, Mike gets the pigeon out here.
I've just never seen someone handle a pigeon.
You have pigeon flies in your family, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Is it a low budget pigeon? or
He had no one loves him. He has no band or anything, so he doesn't belong to nobody.
Okay.
well, he belongs to you now.
I'll feed him to my falcon.
Oh,
So that's food for your falcon?
Yeah.
Poor Pigeon and poor Jake Paul.
are you really gonna feed him to your falcon?
Yeah, but I can't take it with me. There's no way I can take him.
That's fucked up, Mike.
What?
You don't feed the nigga to your falcon.
I would never do that, man.
Nah, thank you. Good job, man. Yo, thank you for the opportunity, Mike. Good to you. Love you, man. Appreciate you. Mike, thank you, man.
Well,
Pleasure meeting you, bro.
nice to meet you. You can come with me, buddy.
Jake Paul's pretty funny once you get past hating him. I find him low-key hilarious. He just knows his audience and brings in that awkward humour. So there we have it, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson face-off. What are we taking away from watching this? Mike Tyson looks laser-focused. He looks scarier than ever. Jake Paul admits that he's intimidated, yet also comes across as very relaxed and very confident. However, so does Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said, I am not going to lose. And when confronted with any question about, look, Mike, what happens to your legacy if Jake Paul does win? Mike Tyson's just completely brushing it off and like, I'm not going to lose though. So that's a stupid question. It doesn't matter. And he's not even entertaining any question where the reality is that he loses. So both of these gentlemen are very confident. It's happening this Friday. I think it's on at a decent time as well, especially for us UK heads. So I will probably go live for it here on this channel. Make sure you subscribe. And a couple things for you. YouTube recommends that you watch this video right here. But if you missed the last Mike Tyson and Jake Paul sparring breakdown, you can go and watch that here in preparation for this fight on the weekend. 2 videos. Which one are you going to choose? Take your pick. Take your pick.